Hey, how you doing? Great to see you. I'm making this video for those people who are part of my email subscriber base. 5-figure day, MCA, freebie money printer. However, if you found this video through a search engine, through YouTube, this video is going to help you as well. So I direct this to everybody because this is really important. And there's not a lot of videos talking about this. I see some marketers will mention it from time to time, and especially in Facebook posts. But I haven't seen anybody do a video on this yet. Don't reinvent the wheel. Don't reinvent the wheel. Now, I'm telling you this through experience, and I'm going to tell you about what I did and the mistakes I made and why I need to get this message out. Let's take a look at the wheel. The wheel has been around for a long time. I don't even actually know when it was discovered or created or invented. But what we know is that the wheel is round, obviously. And that works. That works better than anything else we have. If you take this, this has got a round circumference, so you go and put it on a surface, and look how easy it is for that to move. Very easy, very easy. It'll save you gas. It will get you where you have to go. It's smooth, it's easy, it works. You take something like this, and go put this on a vehicle and make this a wheel, this isn't going to work. It's not going to move as smoothly. It'll actually get stuck or jammed. It's going to cost you gas. It's going to waste time. It's going to cause damage on the vehicle. It doesn't work. So we don't reinvent the wheel. And here we are in the 21st century and we haven't done it. That doesn't mean you don't have to think out of the box. I'm sure there are people out there right now trying to figure out how to make a wheel or a tire for a car that doesn't use air. But at the same time, it's the same concept. They're not reinventing the wheel, they're just making the whole system better. But it's the same concept. It's round. It'll always be round. Unless, of course, we invent flying cars like you see in Back to the Future, and then we don't need round wheels. But yeah, I'm still waiting for that. The whole point I'm trying to get at is that when it comes to internet marketing, it goes for any work-at-home business or any business online. Internet marketing is a name of the business that we're in. However, it's the same concept for all businesses. It's the same steps, the same basic structure. Traffic, your web page with some way of capturing information, and your subscriber base, your customer base, your whatever you call it. And then, of course, your products. It's the same concept for every business, not just internet marketing. Let's take a look at Amazon. Amazon.com, when they first started, nobody knew who they were. When you heard the name Amazon, you thought of the forest. So Amazon had to advertise their website, make it sound really good, so that they can grab that traffic that was on the internet superhighway. Then people would come in, and they were greeted with what typically is a sales page. Amazon will sell products right on the home page. However, it is also a capture page for two reasons. When you go buy the product, you become part of their list. A lot of times these companies will have that option. Hey, you're going to buy this product from us. Would you like to receive product information from us in the future? Sign up for a newsletter. Or sign up for updates or alerts. Also, Amazon does have a way of capturing people because it has a register button. So maybe you don't want to buy that day, but you plan on doing it, so you decide, okay, I'm going to register with Amazon.com so I could log in and I could save the stuff that I want to buy and whatever else, options they have. It's the same concept with internet marketing. We're getting that traffic to our webpage, and our webpage has to be, very intriguing. It makes you want that person who's visiting to say, I want to know more. I want to come into their system. So they come into their system and they end up as our subscriber, our customer base. And then we build a relationship with them, and now we have a way to promote our products to make money. And it doesn't matter what business you're in, whether it's internet marketing or Amazon.com. And the whole concept of this, the basis of the whole business, the structure, is the same in the brick and mortar world. Let's just say there's a restaurant called Jibber Jabbers. There probably is one out there called that. Let's say Jibber Jabbers, and they are off I-95. So they want to get that traffic. They're a new business. Nobody's seen them before. So they got to get that traffic. And I'm talking real traffic, car traffic. So they could put up a 30-foot high, 40-foot high sign, and it says Jibber Jabbers, and they have some cool artwork on there, and then at night it lights up in neon lights, and it says Jibber Jabbers, best hamburgers in all of the state. Whatever it is, whatever they need to do to get people to want to go there. So people are driving, it's night, and suddenly their attention is turned to this big bright neon light up in the sky, and they look at it and they're like, well, that seems interesting. Best hamburgers, huh? Okay, they get off the highway, they find it, they go there. The restaurant is their website, is their capture page. They just captured that traffic. Now it's up to them to give them a highly converting offer. Their food. So the person comes in, they like their food, it tastes great. Now, in the sense of the restaurant, they may not have a newsletter, but some of them do. Some of them have a way for you to sign up and get updates on specials they're running and things like that. Or some restaurants have a way for you to order online. Either way, they're going to get that person as one of their customers. Because if the food's great, that person's going to come back. And now they have a customer who's going to buy from them all the time. That's the basic of everything. That's the structure. Traffic, your capture page, your website, your actual brick and mortar business, making them a customer and having products to offer. You don't want to reinvent that. You don't want to change that because it's not going to work. You want to stick to what works. But then you can get creative with that stuff. You can think out of the box with those things. For example, part of the business of internet marketing, a big part of it is advertising. You got to advertise to get that traffic. Advertise your website, get that traffic. So in your advertising methods, one of the basic advertising methods, paid methods, is banner ads. Banner ads work. So let's think out of the box. What's a way to do something bigger than banner ads but using the same concept? Why not a billboard? Go get a billboard, put it on the highway. Now you're getting a large number of people, a large number of impressions from traffic, real, actual car traffic. People see your billboard. Perhaps you have a nice, simple website name they could remember, so they're driving, they see www.so-and-so. Oh, okay, that looks interesting. They go write it down, or they remember it, or they put it in their phone, whatever it is. Now, that's thinking out of the box. That's not something that's in our handbook of simple ways of driving traffic to your site. That's because someone thought out of the box. And I'm not inventing this process. There's a person who's my sponsor on another team who did that, got a billboard ad. She also got a radio ad. The radio ad is basically thinking out of the box with the same concept of video marketing, but you're doing it in the form of a radio ad. So that's what I mean by thinking out of the box, but using the same concepts. Email marketing. This is a good example. I started out doing email marketing and I failed at it miserably. My very first time doing it, I was making a connection with people. I had a small group of people out of my list who were opening up my emails, reading them, buying the products, thanking me for what, the advice I was giving them. But it was very small. My list wasn't bringing me enough income. And I was losing money. So I went to get help, and I started kind of changing the concept of this and went and did a different thing. And basically, it was providing no information. It was basically hammering people on the offers. This was based on advice from some supposed experienced internet marketer, saying you want to intrigue people for the first 30 days and don't say anything about anything except promote that offer. And once they buy that offer, then you move on to the next offer. And that they claimed it worked for them. So I did it. It cost me. It pissed off my subscribers. They unsubscribed. People stopped opening up my emails. Nobody was thanking me for anything. Even if I had valuable information, they wouldn't open it. It was a failure. Why? Because I tried to reinvent the wheel. I did something that has been known not to work. You don't want to go and build a relationship by just selling. This is like dating. It's just like dating. You want a good, solid relationship, so you're not going to try to jump in the sack on the first day. You don't want to do that, because that could hurt your chances of having a good, solid relationship, because you want to get to know that person. You want to feel something for that person if you want a relationship. I mean, if you just want something quick, quick, here we go, let's go to bed, boom, got my sale. Boom, I popped the cork. That's a way of doing it, but you're not going to get far. I mean, you could very well try to sell on people, and maybe one person buys, you got their sale, now they're nothing, because they're not going to read the rest of your emails because you're annoying the hell out of them because they already bought from you. So that's what I mean by that. So I decided to not reinvent the wheel, but think a little bit differently. Think out of the box. And that's why I decided to do email videos in my email. That way I get to be myself. You get to see me. You get to see who I am. I get to tell you about these things without writing it down in text form. I think this is better. This is more one-on-one. And I like doing this. I like talking in front of the camera. So that's what I mean. And my last point before I go, let's talk about another true and tested form of advertising, solo ads. Now, if you don't know what solo ads are, it's basically you go and send your ad to and a link to your website to another person's email list. So say, I have my email subscribers, and say you have yours. So I will then pay you to send my ad to your list. Now, I would suggest you wouldn't do that because we're going to be promoting to the same people who already seen our ad. So the campaign isn't going to be effective. You want to get your campaign in front of new eyes, people who may have not, people who have not seen 5-Figure Day or MCA or Freebie Money Printer. You want to get them, get it in front of fresh eyes. However, that's beyond the point right now. A solo ad, you order clicks. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. A solo ad is where you order clicks for another person's list. For example, say you want to run a solo ad to someone's list for 100 clicks. You would pay them to send that ad out. Out of that 100 clicks, if you have a good high converting website, and with all of my systems, especially 5-Figure Day and Freebie Money Printer, I always see a 40 to 48% click-through rate, or opt-in rate, I should say. Which means that out of what I say? Did I say 100 click? I think I said 100 click. Out of that 100 click, I'm going to see possibly up to 48 opt-ins. Any more than that, and wow, that's like an amazing result. I may even see an upfront sale. It cost me about probably $40 probably for that ad. $40 to get 100 clicks. So now do the math. Think of, and a lot of these solo ad providers will give you discounts for bigger numbers, but you want to do a 500 click solo ad, you're not going to pay $40. It's going to be a little more than that. Maybe, $100 or so. So here's where I tried to reinvent the wheel. I went out and looked for a solo ad that was cheap, that reached more people. I found some. I found people doing, a solo ad for 100,000 people for $10. Well, that sounds great. They even said that, their lists were highly active, very hungry buyers. A list of people who buy. This is who they were. And for $10, you advertise to them. So I'm like, wow, imagine the results I'm going to get for that. Oh, that's amazing. Even if 1% of 100,000 people, what is that? I'm not great with math. What is that? Something like 10,000 maybe? That's incredible. I'll be on fire. My list will be on fire. I'll be making hundreds and hundreds of dollars a day. Oh, that's awesome. I got no results. None. I did this 5 different times with different people, claiming that, you could advertise to 20,000 people, 50,000, 100,000 for, $10 or $5. That's trying to reinvent the wheel, because that kind of cheap advertising doesn't work. I don't know of any form of cheap advertising that works. It doesn't. And anybody trying to make it work, they're going to fail. I failed every time. I include AdFly in this, by the way. They're pretty well known, but I targeted, I think it was 110,000 people for $10. I had 50 opt-ins, but guess what? Those 50 people didn't care. They were not interested. They never opened up an email. They never bought anything. They only cost me money because I wasted $10. And if you have, say Aweber, and you reach a certain point, and get to a certain number, you start getting charged for the people you bring in, after that initial, whatever your limit is. I tried to reinvent the wheel, and I failed because cheap advertising doesn't work. You must stick with what does work. Real, reputable solo ads. Solo ads by people who have actual good reviews, people who have a history. Most likely, you'll find these directories, great directories online, there's a bunch of them, where it'll list solo ad providers who have been known to deliver. Or even Facebook groups, solo ad testimonial groups. That's fantastic. And I belong to some of them, and they're honest reviews. It's great. And it also makes solo ad providers step up their game because they don't want to get a bad review in the Facebook group. That could be the end of their business. So you don't want to reinvent the wheel. Stick with what works, and then you can think out of the box to make that better. You see a good solo ad provider, going to charge, say, $40 for 100 clicks. Maybe you talk to that person and try to get them to come lower on that price. Tell them, I'm going to order 20 solo ads from you over the next few months. What do you say you give me a $10 or $20 discount on every one that I run? Because I'll become a long-time customer. Maybe they work that out for you. That's how you think out of the box. Not go look for something that costs $10 that's targeting 100,000 people when it doesn't work. It's not going to work. So I hope that helped you. This video is way too long. I know this was a lot of information, but it's important. It really is. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.